Hello fellow mask collectors and Halloween enthusiasts. Welcome once again to Creepy Cheapies, where we look for the best in affordably priced, well-made Halloween... Oh my god, wrong outfit! Tonight's mask on Creepy Cheapies is a really cool one for lovers of zombies and zombie movies. It's one that came out in time for Halloween of 2015 from the weirdos at Trick or Treat Studios. And I'm talking today about this lovely creation right here, simply called Zombie. Also sometimes known as the worm-eyed zombie, because one of his eye sockets has worms, you follow? Also sometimes called the poster zombie, because he was featured on the poster for the movie in which he appeared, which was Lucio Fulci's 1979 gore and violence epic classic Zombie. Or at least that's what it was known as in the US. Other parts of the planet it was known as either Zombie 2, where they tried to sell it as a sequel to Dawn of the Dead, which was called Zombie in those parts of the planet, even though there's no relation and not even much similarity between the two, and also sometimes known as zombie flesh eaters. This particular zombie flesh eater became famous as sort of a visual icon for extreme horror and zombie violence and zombie rot. Yeah, because he was featured on the poster and everybody saw this big horrible zombie face. Now, for my money, and by the way, if I were going to buy one of these today from Trick or Treat, which I already did, if I were going to buy another one, I would need about 60 bucks. Yeah, to buy one, because that is about what it sells for in US dollars. But anyway, what I was going to say before I interrupted myself, Yeah. For my money, the zombies in the movie Zombie, probably the scariest zombies in zombie movie history. And I've seen a lot of zombie movies, and I like a lot of them, and I hate a lot of them. But in terms of the zombies themselves as monsters and as, you know, horror creatures and scary entities, I would have to say the zombies in Zombie may be the scariest ever. Instead of looking like college students with a head cold, like in many of today's American zombie movies, the zombies in this movie are so horrifying because they're really wormy and full of maggots and dirt and mud and crud and blood and such, and they're just really nasty, scary, ugly things. Now this particular zombie, again, kind of an iconic zombie in the history of cinema zombiedom. Zombie cinema? Yeah. Part of that charm can be seen right here on this small reproduction of the poster on the tag that you get with the mask. See there? A reproduction of the poster for Zombie on there, which I left on there thoughtfully for your edification and bemusement right there. This recreation of the great makeup by Gennetto De Rossi, one of the very best Italian horror makeup artists ever working in the field, or on the island, or, you know, in the building, anywhere really. This particular one resculpted for your mask-wearing pleasure and collecting pleasure by Justin Mabry, a fantastically talented guy who is a production designer and one of the main sculptors for Trick or Treat Studios masks. As you can see, it comes with this piece of gauzy stuff around here to makes it a little easier to costume, because in the movie this is kind of what he wears. It looks like a big blousey shirt, like a pirate shirt. Okay, he's sort of a conquistador zombie. He's wearing this, looks like a pirate shirt made out of this gauzy stuff, and it's all, you know, weather beaten and tattered and torn and so forth, like an old zombie. And this kind of makes it easier to costume. You put it onto a shirt of a similar color and it blends in, or also makes it look nicer in collection purposes, where it's just on display. Looks a little better on the shelf because it looks a little more finished, just a little more deluxe with that fabric on there. As you can see, there is a slit up the back, but what are you going to do in this case, because it needs to be a small kind of tight-fitting mask to create the right effect, that it's a you know, withered and shriveled up, dried up, mummified, rotted corpse kind of character. But good looking worms in the eye there, very nice teeth, look pretty movie accurate, just like the makeup worn by, I think his name was Giovanni Dell'Acqua, or Giovanni Dell'Acqua. Well, something along those lines. Was the guy who played this zombie in the movie. And you only see him very briefly, but he certainly leaves an impression in terms of being scary. And whether you want to wear this at Halloween and frighten everybody, or whether you want to, you know, just have it in the collection, yeah, I recommend it. So remember, until next time,